Yeah, maybe it is.
She went around with all the neighbors too. You said he's in No.
I'm sorry, what? Yeah, we're all here, they're just trying to park and stuff, that's all. Just a little bit.
And it sticks together.
Figure out how to arrange the tables, although I'm gonna get another one. Because I need to have other driving nuts. You live here, okay. It's even better all, we all get real cozy, squeeze in.
Sneak over here. Quiet.
We're gonna call our village board meeting to order at 7:01 PM. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Josh?
Here.
Lori? Here. Greg? Here. Ethan's here. Chris is here. Silva's here. Jamie? Here. Kelly? Here. And Brian?
Here.
Statement of public notice. I certify that a quorum is present and the agenda was properly noticed. We're going to go on to number 3, public comments. The public is encouraged to address the village board at this time regarding items on the agenda. The village is not authorized by the Wisconsin Open Meeting Law to discuss, comment, or take action at the meeting on any issue raised by public comment that is not part of tonight's agenda. Please keep your comments limited to 3 minutes and state your name and address when starting your comments and fill out the sign-in sheet provided. First one on the list is Marvin.
Marvin, my Edward Court, Big Bend. My first question is, why? And that's a discussion to this too. Why we're gonna cut out the lawns and put in the gravel or whatever you do. I go around all the village and it's green right up to the driveway. I see no reason at all why it should be cut down. It could have the top of that old, it needs replacing, no question. And it could be cut down as we see them do all over the cities. And lay whatever your material they're putting right back down in that spot. I don't think there's a one of us in that village there that'd like to see it. You drive around any place. Now, I was told there's one place that has some of the gravel on it. Otherwise, nobody does. So my question is why? Why do we need to do it? And carry it that far? All we ask to do is have a street repair a little bit. That can be shaved and leave it right the way it is. That's my comment.
Yes, sir. I apologize, I can't read the name, but on Bronx Drive. Your first name?
Earl
Earl, thank you, sir.
Joslin. Okay, I have similar feelings about disturbing a driveway which I put on as concrete years ago. served me well since 1971. I see no reason to dig that up and put gravel down there that I can pick my car and spread around my driveway. I don't understand what gain the county will have by doing what you propose. And will there be a cost assessed for the homeowner after you do it? And if it's a voting thing, I would definitely vote no. Thank you.
Did you say no trucks come down the road?
And no trucks come down the road anyway.
Garbage truck.
Leo?
Leo Thomas, corner of Edgewood and Edgewood. I live there with my wife Cindy, sitting right here. We've been in this house since '92. We bought it from the people that moved there in '62. They own the property right next to us a lot, and they built a house on that, so they wanted to sell their old house, built a new one. They moved in there. They've been our friends for decades. Edgewood Court doesn't have highway traffic on it. There are no semis that come down Edgewood Court. There are no big dump trucks on Edgewood Court. There may be some delivery vehicles now and then. The biggest vehicle that we have that goes down Edgewood Court is our garbage truck, once a week. The rest of the traffic in Edgewood is the local people that live on it. Just their cars, up and down. It's not a highway. It's a driveway to our parking spots. That's all Edgewood Court is. It's a driveway. Same with Brook. We don't need our driveways cut off. We don't need gravel put on the side of the road. There's already gravel under the sod. If anybody ever here stuck a shovel into their yard, they'll find out Big Bend is built on gravel. I'm asking this board to change their agenda for tonight. And it's very possible you can do that. And there's no reason you can't do that. Our citizenship here in Big Bend, I think they would all be in favor of having this issue discussed and dealt with tonight, and possibly make a change in the contract that you have signed for, and have some things removed from that contract, probably costs to the village. Just repave this driveway as it is now, and we will all be happy, and thank you for that.
Thank you. And then Cindy?
I just have a couple questions. Number one, can we see the traffic report for our roads?
A physical traffic report?
Yeah. You keep on telling me that we're a high traffic road, Bronx and us on Edgewood. And yet, so I'm assuming that you've done a study on it. Because I disagree that we're high traffic. Is there a study?
The engineers did a study.
Okay. Is there any way we can get a copy of it?
I'm sure we could get you emailed out to you.
Okay. And then my other question is, which no matter what, where are we gonna be able to park our cars when this starts? And do we know exactly when it's gonna start?
It starts on Monday.
It does.
During garbage pickup? Garbage pickup?
So can we park on any of the side streets? Is this a question for you?
No,
We can't address, we can talk about it later with the police department, certainly.
Can we park at the school?
We can, we'll make sure that we'll accommodate you as far as police department, but we can't really comment right now.
You should still be able to park.
You get it in the driveway?
How?
There's probably gonna be little gravel humps that they will
Well, that's in the
install so you
driveway.
have access into your driveways.
See, oh, okay, because they basically told us that we'd have to find somewhere else to go.
Yes, no, there should be gravel humps for everyone to have access into their driveways. Madam Chair, if I could just, I realize we're not voting on anything, but I just want to make comments in that in regards to some of the, just one of the things. For Mr. Joslin, there's no assessment that's gonna be made in regards to this. There's no special assessment or anything that's gonna be coming to the property owners on that, so I just wanted to clarify that. And just to kind of quell some of the rumors, any rumors or anything, so. In regards to the agenda, we have to have 24 hours by law in order to post a meeting. So we can't just randomly change the agenda. That would be a violation of open meetings law, which would get everyone in this board in trouble. So we would have to call, the board would have to call a special
Who
board.
would complain that you put it on the agenda?
But
No, but we can't do it without posting it to the public and letting them know we're doing a change or doing a special meeting. It has to be on the agenda within 24 hours of a meeting, so we can't do that by law.
so can we get a special meeting?
That'll be
to-
something that the board would have to discuss and talk with the clerk and set something up, if that's the, so.
Agreed. Notice is required, the agenda has to be prepared 24 hours in advance. It really can't be changed. And although it might seem at times that there's reasons to change it, people might have a different feeling toward the issue and never have an opportunity to know it's even going to be considered. So that's the reason for the law. And I guess even if maybe nobody's gonna complain, I think we obey the law.
Thank you, Mike. Was there anyone else that wanted to speak in on sign in? We are gonna move on from public comments. Number 4, reports. My president's report is the completed 2023 audit report and 2023 financial statements. They have been,
Good night, you all.
good night, sir. They are for you to take home. We are hoping to get the 2024 budget hopefully done before, not a budget, sorry, audit done before we finalize our budget, just so we can have them come in and discuss everything between what they found in this audit as well as the new audit. So take it home, read it at your leisure. If you have questions, jot them down so we can let Baker Tilly know what we want to do and ask respectful questions. Fire Department monthly report is enclosed in the packet. EMS calls 12, fire calls 5, motor vehicle accidents 1, mutual aid calls 5. Rubble this year was cut short on Friday evening due to severe storm that passed through. Saturday's event started an hour later than planned due to the wet track. Flow testing for SCBA's and annual maintenance of our SCBA compressor have been done with no major issues. Annual pump testing on our engines will happen sometime in August or September, depending on when the company will be in the area. Budget planning is underway. We are working closely with the finance committee to streamline the budget and make it easier for our office staff and auditors in the future. And currently working on the finalized plans for our October truck pull. Respectfully, Chief Ludwig. Any questions at all? Police Department was report. Chief Adrian.
For July, we had 7 911 cell hangups, 2 abandoned vehicles, 2 alarms, 2 animal complaints. 8 times we assisted EMS and fire. We assisted other departments for a total of 8 hours and 5 minutes last month. 121 citations, 4 debris in the road, 10 disabled vehicles, 4 disorderly conducts, 3 disputes, 2 domestics, 46 extra patrol requests, 29 home and business checks, 9 incident reports, 1 OWI, 1 parking complaint, 25 radar requests, 4 reckless driving, 1 road rage, 1 sexual assault, 11 suspicious circumstances, 2 traffic accidents, 1 traffic control, and 57 traffic warnings. So far, year-to-date as of this morning, we have issued 860 traffic citations, 84 non-traffic citations for a total of 944. And well, weather river this year, on the police department end, it went very well. We unfortunately had to evacuate on Friday due to the coming storms. We're in contact with the National Weather Service to keep us advised on the coming severe weather. And as you probably know, a lot of events were canceled that day, including the Harley event down in Milwaukee, because of the severe weather that was approaching. There was a great communication between us, fire department, celebrations, event staff, and volunteers, and we were able to evacuate everybody in a safe and orderly manner with no issues. On Saturday, our only real issue there was an intoxicated underage male who was issued a citation. Everything else went very smoothly from our perspective. And one of the smoothest rumbles I've been to since I started in 2017. National Night Out, we had a successful National Night Out. I'd like to thank all the volunteers, sponsors, residents, officers, fire department, our DPW crew, and our police clerk Linda, who were making it a success. We couldn't have done it without everybody. We had a great turnout, a great time, despite a little toasty, a little humid. But otherwise, everybody had a great time, and I hope to see everybody back again next year. And after that is calls and notes, and you can read at your leisure. Previous month. Any questions? Comments, concerns?
Chief, doing a great job, thank you so much. Public Works, monthly report, Mr. Eric.
All right, village work. Hot holes throughout the village, changing no parking signs on Vernon Lane to help prevent parking in the cul-de-sac. It went from basically saying no parking on this side of the street to they just say no parking anytime. If Nate was here, I'd ask him if it helped. I don't know if it has or not yet. Trim trees throughout the village, prep Cherry Street, Riverside Park ball fields for their last games of the season, cut grass throughout the village, did some stump grinding out at the cemetery, brushing along John Drive and Douglas Court, took down the flags throughout the village for the year, painted the outside man door and bollards up here at Station 1 for the fire department, finished painting the Station 1 bathroom, the rumble set up and tear down, vehicle equipment and maintenance, general maintenance on the mowers, general maintenance on all the trimmers, replace the throttle cable on one of the mowers, and replace the cabin air filter on the skid steer. And in miscellaneous, I fixed the cord that was pulled out of the ceiling at Station 2 and took all scrap collected from dumpster day to crop. Any questions?
How's the park looking?
It creeped up over the path now.
Yeah. I'm hoping this is
Certain
kind of
around
like back
it.
end of it.
Yeah, more,
The back end.
another couple inches of rain coming from Saturday to
I
Tuesday.
know, I'm hoping a couple of days of dry weather she'll receive it for
In the back end of the path, that's eroded like 6 inches of that path, several areas.
get back to when it retreats.
Several times. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Have a good evening. The library report is in front of you. Patron visits for the month were 1,498, year-to-date 9,601. Circulation of items 1,445, year-to-date 8,072. Electronics is up to 3,573 for the year. Their reading program is still continuing through the end of July. Some of their vacation, or staff is on vacation, and the library was closed for the 4th. And thanks to the sponsorship from Bridges Library System, they hosted 2 programs at the Lions Club, a magic show and aquatic animal rescue program. They also hosted a dance party at the Lions Club and kids movie at the library. Many thanks to the generosity of the Big Bend Vernon Lion Club for allowing them to use their building for free. Without that space, we would have to limit the number of people who attend. They are drawing prizes for the adult reading program through the August 2nd, gave out coupons, scholastic books for juvenile readers. 49 adults, 19s, and 97 kids were registered for the summer reading program. Carla had attended webinars about employment statutes and had online meetings with other library directors discussing the 2026 budget and the library use of Hoopla, a streaming platform. There will be meetings in August of ACT 150, the Waukesha County Public Library Standards Committee. They will review the standards they have set for all public libraries in Waukesha. She will also be attending the Village of Big Bend budget planning meeting with the Finance Committee and other village department heads. She has prepared her tentative budget for 2026, but doesn't have the exact numbers because she's waiting on the county or the tax levy amount.
And I said no, I said wait.
The Celebrations Commission's report. The 2025 Rumble by the River went off very smoothly. In fact, the least stressful Rumble to date. A huge thank you to the PD, the FD, the DPW, and the village board for making this year's event go so efficient. We have not come up with final numbers yet, as we're waiting for some invoices and credits to come through still. It would appear, in spite of getting rained out on Friday night and not knowing if Saturday would happen until 2, we will do just a hair better than breaking even. For now, we're just focused on renewing contracts for 2026 and the beginning the early stages of planning events for the village centennial celebration in 2028. Dates for Rumble 2026 are July 10th and 11th. National Night coming out, they were assisting the PD with anything necessary, including setup and use of the Jumbotron. And on to the village treasurer's report. Katie?
Just the report is typed out, updated for July, nothing to really note of importance this time.
Any questions at all? Thank you. Thank you, Katie. Any reports from professional services? Thank you, sir. Number 5, consideration of possible approval of minutes for July 10th, 2025. I'll make a motion to dispense the reading of the minutes.
I'll second it.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as amended, or as presented, sorry.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion.
I'll abstain, since I was not there.
Noted. Number 6, approval of bills. Discussion, consideration, and possible approval of accounts payable from Thursday, July 24th in the amount of $142. Told you. I wish.
That's kinda nice.
I've been up since 3:30, I apologize. $142,096.41. And this evening, August 14th, is $193,841.36. Payroll was $24,657.23, and accounts payable was $169,184.13. I greatly apologize. Most of the accounts payable was for a lot of celebrations bills and invoices that they had to take care of. So that's why the full amount we're approving would be $335,937.77. 335,937.77.
I'll make a motion to that effect to approve the bills.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 7, discussion action items is A, discussion, consideration, possible approval of purchasing new police department body cameras and setting a 5-year contract with Axon. At our finance and personnel meeting, it was discussed between 4 and 5 cameras with the plan, and the motion was made and approved for 5 cameras. Just because the batteries on their current ones are not lasting between 2 part-timer shifts. So we need to ensure that we have everybody covered. As they stated earlier, that it works very well when people are saying, well, I said, you said, he said, she said, and it's all recorded nice and clear. We got to see footage of some, and also the car camera, because they're gonna be tied together because they are Axon cameras. The total amount with tax for the 5 cameras for the 5-year program was broken down to $8,513.86 a year.
Chief?
Yeah.
One thing, is this with tax or without tax?
On the front, it shows that there's no tax charged to us.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be with tax?
So they're the same, right? So
Yeah.
I'm assuming, yeah, because we're tax exempt, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know if they have to update their numbers with,
No, I believe it's the total cost, and then if there would have been tax, it would have
Yeah, 'cause we
been
would
higher
have
with
to
that.
that number shows zero.
zero.
Yeah,
Okay.
page 2.
Yeah, that's the information.
Any questions for Chief?
Was this something that was budgeted?
Yes, it's a yearly thing. The department has had body cams now for 10 years.
Yeah.
As long as I've been here, and I started in 17.
Sure, but the amount that would be, let's say, on an annual basis, was that budgeted for 25, or is this effective 26?
This would be effective 25, part of 25 and 26.
And with influx and citation revenue and everything else, and
Covered.
salvage coming someday soon, at least would be covered.
Overall, it's an increase of about $1,000 a year.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract with Axon for $8,513.86.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Discussion, consideration, and possible approval of utilizing the League of Wisconsin Municipality Safety Grant to purchase a new police department shield. It was discussed during personnel and finance this afternoon that we are looking at ordering the large mini shield. The grant would end up covering $863 of the total purchase, which we would have to pay up front, and by getting the grant, it would be reimbursing us at that point. So out of pocket afterwards, we end up paying $150.
Yeah, the numbers that you guys have, I wasn't sure if the sale was still going on. There's a $100 off sale right now, so that was the higher end, so it'll actually be $9.89.
Even less than that?
Yeah, so yeah, it's like $150.
So then the difference is $127. Like a no-brainer?
And then that way, all 3 squads will be equipped with one.
And they're all having a large?
We're just ordering one.
The other 2 already have the large?
Yeah, we have one on order right now. One squad has one, got one on order that we paid for with another grant and a donation from a business owner. And then this one would be for the 3rd squad.
I'll make a motion to approve purchase of the new police shield.
I'll second with an amendment. I'll pay the difference, chief, for what, I'll pay the difference of what the grant doesn't take care of. Consider that my donation to the police department.
I appreciate that. I think all of us do.
No, I'm not even write the grant now.
All I heard was one grant.
Check, cash.
Cash is money.
We have a motion and a second and an amendment to the motion. Any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. C,
Just let me know what my bill is.
discussion, consideration, and possible approval of a 2-year contract between the Village of Big Bend and Waukesha County Data Processing Services for property tax assessment and billing. This was also discussed at Personnel and Finance. It would end up costing in 2026 $1.99 per parcel. In 2027, it would increase to $2.06.
Basically, we're looking at costs which is about $1,800 to $1,900 per year.
This covers the data system that we use for processing our property tax payments, as well as notices of assessment rolls, and tax bills that the county puts together and mails out.
We tried to get Katie to do it, but then we got the eagle eye, so. Come on.
Definitely take you $2, not the
We'll give you the $2.06. Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract between the Village of Big Bend and Waukesha County Data
And
Processing
do it at a
Services.
meeting, and I'll have all you guys tell the envelopes.
Corey second, Josh is third here. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. D, discussion regarding open records laws, open meeting laws, and pecuniary interest.
So, as I was going through some old stuff, and since we have several new people on the board, I thought this would be relevant. Granted, this is from 2018, and it was presented to the board at that time. But there's information in this packet that was given to everybody in regards to open meetings, laws, open records, and stuff. So I'm just gonna just brief a couple things kind of for everyone, just to kind of keep it in the back of their mind of what is subject to open records, and what is, and what's also open meetings. So basically the state defines it as any material which is written down, drawn, printed, spoken, visual, or electromagnetic information recorded or preserved regardless of physical form or characteristics. So it comes down to is that pretty much anything that's village related that you're doing electronically, we take care of that because everyone in here has a village email address. Years ago, we didn't have that where we were doing in that, so that would be on your personal email. That would open that up to open records laws. So having everything the way we have it now, where we have a central location for everything in regards to anything that comes out of the clerk's office or any communications and stuff. So make sure that you are doing your communications, not on your personal email, but on your village emails. But records, anything that we basically have, for example, like this would technically be subject to open records laws. So it's something that was presented at the board, something that we do end up keep records on. Open, as we talked about, just remember, records need to be retained. Basically, it's more or less that transparency issue for everybody, is that, anything that's out there in regards to open meetings or open records, we are transparent as possible with the public, so they're aware of what's going on within their community and that they have access if needed for things. All written requests to review records must be acknowledged and addressed. That is Katie. Katie is held to a higher standard in regards to open records. She'll get the requests. She has a certain amount of time to fulfill those requests. I can't, let's say I'm a member of the general public, I can't just come in and say, I want every record from such and such. I have to be more specific in regards to records. What am I specifically narrowed down? There have been several court cases throughout the years in regards to blanket open records requests, where the courts have said, you need to narrow this down to specifically what do you need. And that we can't just say, I want every record for the year 2024. I mean, you're talking hours upon hours. There has to be that reasonableness to the request. No loopholes, exemptions to avoid compliance, and of course, ignorance is no defense. Open meetings, we had a perfect example tonight. How the public wanted us to, change our agenda tonight. We can't do that. There are laws that say we have to post, within 24 hours. We can do an emergency meeting, but that still even has limits in itself of what you can do for an emergency meeting, and that still is even a 2-hour limit in that. What was brought up tonight would not classify as an emergency. An emergency would be, oh my God, what we dealt with on Saturday, the fire department and DPW dealt with on Saturday night with the flooding down in Industrial Park. That would be an emergency where we would have to get the board together if we need to get funds right away moving for something or of that nature. So that 24-hour period we have to abide by, so at least to give time, and it has to be posted in multiple places for a meeting. There are certain things that we do post on. For example, let's say like celebrate Rumble. If we're all going to be down there, hey, we're going to be there, but we're not going to be talking about, we're not going to be making any motions or anything like that. We're not having a meeting. There are those situations during events, celebrations, or we're all at a restaurant or something of that nature. So we can't be making motions and things of that nature. So. But I thought this information for everyone would be something just for you guys to read, to kind of go over. And remember too, in regards to interests, for example, there has been things on the agenda that, I'll abstain from, or Greg does, or Josh, or whoever. If you have some type of interest in something that is brought before the board, please make sure that you are abstaining out of that. You create yourself a conflict of interest, and that, so just be aware of that as you are going along in that. Mike, anything you want to add?
No, you did a pretty good job, Jamie. I can remember one particular issue where several years ago, there was a topic regarding the police department, and it didn't seem to be specific enough on the agenda to really take action. And we had to say to the board that it was not specific enough, and had to come back to a much more specific form. So we're sometimes the bad guys, but we're gonna obey the law even if nobody's gonna complain.
So, I mean, there may be times on an agenda, and we've done that with some of the committees and commissions, especially going into closed session. It needs to be detailed. Why are you going into closed session? Is it for contract reasons? Is it for employee disciplinary reasons? You need to be specific when it comes to closed sessions and stuff, and that. So that's why there's times you can't put a blanket statement out there. That, well, we're going to talk about the police department. Okay, what specifically are you talking about in closed session about the police department? Is it an employee? Is it a contract? Is it something? You need to be specific. So when it comes to the agendas and stuff, and I know Katie's been a rock star in regards to making sure that our agendas are posted properly and that. So, but other than that, like public comments and stuff, if there's something on the agenda, yeah, we can accept the public comments, but we just can't take any type of action on it. So Other than that, does anyone have any questions? Just something for you guys to read. I wanted to bring up to the board since we have so many new members and stuff, and just to make sure that everyone's on the same page.
I would add that, Jamie, too. Our notice on the public comments includes advising the public that we cannot discuss, comment, or take action. And it's not only not take action, but there shouldn't be a dialogue back and forth. If there's going to be that kind of dialogue, the rest of the public has to know that. So if they've got some interest in it, they can come and listen to the discussion. So, not that you duck behind that to avoid dealing with issues, but you're really limited in what you can do.
That's all I have, unless anyone has any questions.
Thank you.
Good review.
Next meeting date is actually going to be September 4th, because we're not going to go back in time and have it again on the 14th of August at 7 p.m.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Jamie, for doing that.
What do you?
I'll get out of the way.